programs, but I use Streamlabs and it just wasn't happy with me. It wasn't working out that well. And it's probably because I had to, oh, whoa, 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 emails. Um, it's probably because I had to, hold on, let me see if I could, do I have to sign into this? Oh, yep. Oh, you don't want that. Oh, you don't want that. Oh, you don't want that. Oh. So we're going to open this up here, and we're going to open this one up on the other one. And I think that's it. Yeah, let's do it like that. All right. So we are going to talk about specifically today. Again, everybody, welcome back. I know I haven't streamed in a while. Not that long, but it's been a little bit only because I've had to move. And when I moved, I tried to stream, but something happened with the permissions, something on the back end. It just wasn't working out. But it's working out now, and we are getting started. All right, so it's a different setup. You see the wall behind me. I'm going to have something a little bit different there. I still haven't decided exactly what, but I want to have something in there. I was thinking, I feel like everybody does a neon sign, so maybe I might do something a little bit different, but I do want something artistic. But anyways, if you guys have any ideas, you go ahead and let me know. So today we're going to be talking about, okay, hold on, let me get this out of the way here. We're going to be talking about the search index panel inside Premiere Pro. All right, and I don't know if it's happened with you, but with me, editing fast, or the faster I can edit, is one of the things that I really strive to do. And anything that could kind of tip the scale towards my favor is going to work. And you know how it is with editing or with anything tedious like that. It's all down to the details, right? So, you know, I do want to go faster, but I don't want to cut any corners while doing it. So one of the features that I've added to my arsenal, and it's in Premiere Pro, and it's called the search index panel. Okay, so I don't know if you've had to do this in any of your edits, but let's say you shot a whole bunch of footage, a couple of hours of footage, or maybe you don't even shoot that much footage because you're afraid of all the time it's going to take for you to search that once you go into editing or in post-production. But when it happens, it does happen with me a lot. So, you know, you just got to go through all this footage, and it's good to have an idea of all the footage you have. But let's say I'm already 30 minutes in, and I want to recall or reference something from before, a clip that I shot, a B-roll clip, some kind of sunset, something that I know I shot, but I don't know exactly where it is, or I can't really remember where it is. What if there was a way that I could actually recall that just by typing in either the frame rate, a sound, or some kind of visual reference? So let's say if it was a sunset, I'm like, hey, yeah, it was the sun and it was at the beach. Give me that. Well, that's exactly what the search panel is going to do. All right, so I'm going to show you how to use it in Premiere Pro. And you can find clips, and you can even find things in your timeline even faster just by using this panel. All right, so it's not a flashy effect, it's not a plugin, it's none of that. It's how to streamline everything a little bit more. You know, I'm all about the workflow and how it goes, right? All right, and especially for like a longer timeline. Now, this example that I have over here is not a super long timeline, but when it starts to get complicated or complex and a bunch of different other moving parts, this is where it really comes in. So you can not only search the files and the clips that you've already recorded, but it could also search anything within the timeline, so that way you don't have to go back. And let's say, again, you're 2-3 hours into editing this complex monster of a project, and I want to recall that clip or that sound or something from before, but I don't want to waste all that time, another 15, 20 minutes trying to just find that one little clip. Well, that could turn very quickly if you just use the search panel. All right. So I'm going to show you what it does, what it helps, and why searching is part of editing faster, because it is. All right. Let's see. Let's start. All right. So I don't know if you're like me, but I'm always constantly thinking, what's something that I do a lot of that's very repetitive that perhaps Premiere can do very, very quickly? And that's this right here. So if you're scrolling for something that Premiere can search, you're wasting editing time. And if you're like me, you don't want to waste any time at all. You just want to keep it going on to the next project. All right. So instead of hunting through the project manually, I'm going to show you the feature that helps you search through it. All right. And the index search is a navigation tool, and it's not just a search box. So just remember that. Oh, let me go back to 100% on this. All right. And I like to think about this like it's not just a search bar, it's kind of like a navigation layer. And instead of relying only on where you think something is, you can search for it and let Premiere help you get there way faster, and it matters a lot. Remember, memory is not a workflow. So let me show you where this lives inside Premiere Pro and how I would actually use it. All right, so let me show you where to find it. So let's say right here, we're in the middle of a project in Premiere Pro. So if you look up here in the top, you see this little magnifying glass and it says search panel. It's like a magnifying glass with a little star asterisk, little shiny glow. It's called a little star in the corner. Search panel, and we're going to click on that. All right, so it's going to pop open this window right here. Now I have it really big right here, but let me put it down a little bit smaller here in the middle. And let me see if you could actually see it on here, kind of. Can you see it on here? You can see it on here. Just like that. All right, so there it is. That's it. Now you can see a couple different things. This is everything: visuals, audio, text, metadata, markers on this drop down. And you can search the open projects. And even right here, it says search for visuals or audio by description, transcripts, or metadata. So you could even do it by what you're saying. And even the metadata, so like the frames per second, where you've recorded something at 30 or 60, you can just reference it here. And it even gives you an example: motorcycle engine revving at high speed. Just like that, you could search that up. So that's very, very convenient. All right. Now, this is one of those features that's super easy to miss. I get this a lot. Most people don't even know that it's there. And it doesn't look exciting. It's not an effect or a new AI tool. And for editing really fast, the kind of thing that matters. So once you know where it is, you can start using it as part of your regular workflow instead of just scrolling through bins and timelines, right? So now that we know where it is, let's search for an actual clip. All right, so let's look for a specific one. Let us say I know I need a specific clip, or I remember part of the clip name. Instead of digging through the project manually, I could just search from here. And this is why naming still matters, because you can name the clips something specific, and it'll just search it by that. And search only becomes powerful when you give it something to search for. So yes, it does have those visual references, but if you have something that you can reference it, then it works out pretty well also. All right, so let's say, for example, here, the guy is talking about a project about lights, right? So let's go ahead and, hold on 1 second, press play on that. Seems like my keyboard falls asleep on me all the time. Maybe it means I've been yapping too much. All right.
We've got two parts to our package from Elite. We've got our LED package and we've got our light package.
So he says LED package and we got our light package. All right. So let's see. Let's look up. I want to find in visuals where all the lights are. So I'm going to press lights. And what it's going to do is it's going to show me everything that has lights, or every clip that has lights in it. All right, so it's going to go through all these. It's going to go through all of that. There we go. They're populating. Look it up this way right here. Put it right in the middle. So everything that has lights, it's going to go ahead and start giving me that. Remember, a searchable project is a faster project. So every little clip that has lights, it's going to go ahead and reference that. So you can get as specific as you want on this. And let me show you this one thing right here. So in the bottom of it, it'll show you if it's a clip, or it'll have this timeline. Here it is. This timeline icon, let's call it. And it'll demonstrate that this is actually in the timeline. So if you're looking for something in the timeline, you want to look for this. And if you want to look for an actual clip that you could put it in here, then it'll have the other icon here as well. So let's say I want something specific, like I want lights in the stage. So let's put stage lights. And now it'll look up anything that is related to stage and lights. So as you can see, all that stuff while it's being populated, there it is. All these bunch of clips with lights that are on the stage. That's it. And then it has to do with stage lights. There we go. Cool. See, so that one is, this one would be on the actual timeline, and this one is an actual clip. Isn't that cool? How many things can you do with that? All right. Now, this is not only useful for finding something in a bin. Now, it could also help you when you're trying to move through the edit itself. Now, you can find items in the timeline a lot faster. So let's say, for example, I wanted to do, in the beginning, let's say there's a interview. I wonder what happens if I put this up. Interview. Actually, that doesn't pop up. So let's put Sean talking. Now, I put Sean talking, right, which is the person right here. But now we have, like I was telling you with the icons in the bottom, now here you have, right here it says all, and then it has source, which would be the clip. That's the source icon, or the sequence icon. So I want to find Sean talking, but I only want to look at the sequence. So I'll click on that, and then now it'll just show me the things that are on the sequence, right? So it'll show me everything with Sean talking within the timeline. See, and it shows everything that he's doing just right there, and everything is on the timeline. And if you want to look at a source clip, it'll look like that. So now we have things that we can look at faster in the timeline. So now I think about it, I just go to the search panel, search index, and then describe what I want to look at, and immediately goes to it, which is awesome. And it's useful within here. So the faster version is using search as a way to jump toward exactly what you need. Again, when these timelines start getting longer and you have repeated assets, or when you need to find something specific, it's also really good like during revisions. Let's say I export this out and they say, hey, there's a clip here of, Sean talking, and he's talking to somebody in front of the LED, and we want to fix that or change that. So instead of telling them, oh, what's the timestamp on that, I'll just go to exactly that on the search index, and I could just swap out the clip easily. Super simple. All right, so that's where it really saves times with revisions. All right, let's see what else. Uh, Now, I do want to make one thing clear. Search doesn't necessarily replace organization, right? You know, it supports it, but it doesn't replace it. Um, it's this isn't an excuse to keep like a messy project. And this is not me saying that you could ignore organization and just search everything. I mean, technically you could, but that's not really going to help you out at all. The best version is both being organized and then using the search index. So it should be organized enough to make sense and searchable enough to move through quickly. So the folders help keep the project structured. The timeline lanes help you read the edit, and then the search helps you navigate faster when the project gets bigger. So you don't have to be afraid of adding a bunch of things because now you can search through it a lot quicker. And that's the system. Search doesn't replace organization. It just makes a good system easier to move through. All right. So here's a simple way that I want you to think about this. A faster edit is not only about cutting faster, it's about finding the right clip faster, finding the right section faster, and then finding the right decision faster. So if you're constantly scrubbing through your timeline, just searching for the clip and I don't know where it is, and could it be this one? It could be under that one. You can start building search into your workflow. So because the goal is not just to make your timeline look clean, it's to make the project easier to move through. So labeling your clips and everything is going to go a long way, especially with this. All right. So again, the goal is to make the project easier to move through. So again, let's say this didn't have this, and I didn't have any B-roll on this, and let's see what he's talking about.
Seems simple, but just how you're going to get stuff into the room and then onto the stage.
So how are you going to get stuff into the room and onto the stage?
Get stuff into the room and then onto the stage.
All right, so, okay. Let me go to the search index. And let's put load in. And let's put stage. Actually, let's just put load in. And I want to go to the source clips, so I'll click on source. And now it's going to show me all the different clips that have the loading. This is the truck going out, him dropping off the truck, unloading some stuff off of a box, box being moved in, everything being moved into the building, into the venue, I should say. Boxes being moved out of the truck. There we go. Truss is being moved. Box is being moved. Everything going onto the stage. Nice. And that's it. So that now we just go straight to that. Let's see what else he's saying.
That is issues is venue access, height, and then ramps. It seems simple, but just how you're going to get stuff into the room.
Okay, so let's say let's look at something else.
Production manager and front of house engineer for Chase Matthew. We're out here at Bottle and Cork in Dewey Beach, Delaware. That pole, I'm imagining it's going that side.
It's the talking parts. So
That we typically carry, just our riser decks, stairs, and the video fascia. That block.
Right. So he says riser stairs. So let's look at that. Search index, and let's put risers. And let's put stairs. Now look at the source. So as you can see, it's on a stage. See kind of like a ramp there. Then you see these kind of like a little stage, stairs. These are kind of risers right here. Got some lights here. Got some over there. Got some stairs right here on the risers. Cool. So then now you don't have to go through your bins or go back into your folders, because this is helping you out. And that's helping you move through the edit a lot quicker. And again, you could do it through audio, text, metadata, and even markers within your timeline. So if there's any, or there was ever any sign for you to actually start naming your folders or your files, this is it. Because the more you name your stuff and organize it, the faster it is for it to search. Right? So it's not so much to stay organized, which it is, but it's to help you use the search index a lot better. All right, let's keep going.
Whole stage is only about 30 wide. So we already had to cut down. We were trying to come in with our B rig. B rig's 24 by 8.
Let's see what he talks about, something specific.
Walkways. We've got two parts for our package from Elite. We've got our LED package and we've got our light package.
So he says LED, right? So I'm like, oh man, I want some LED B-roll. So let's go and look at LED. LED. So it's obviously going to go to some lights, but we actually want the LED screen. So we'll look at that. LED, what do you call it? Wall? Panel? LED panels. There we go. So see, now we see the LED panels right there being raised. There's some behind this guy. There's some over here. So it'll even, like, it's in the corner. It's not even part of the whole shot. This one also have it there in the background. This is the wall. Here he is measuring the wall. Right before show. Some by the stairs. There we go. Those are the panels, man. There we go. See, right there. Awesome. And that's it. How easy is that? That's really good. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Again, it's over here in the search. You're on the top right, and it's right there. That's what it'll pop up. And you get this prompt right here. And that's pretty much it. Let me just put panel, see what comes up. Or I'll put crowd cheering. Cheer. There we go. Now it has a crowd going nuts in the concert. And yeah. That's pretty much it. Show everything with the crowd in it. Isn't that cool? And that's it, man. All right, so I think we'll end it here. Now, if this helped you, make sure to subscribe and follow for more workflows and ways to save time inside the real projects. And just remember, a faster edit is not only about cutting faster, it's about finding the right clip faster through the search index. All right. So I appreciate all you guys for the love. You guys have been fantastic, always are. I will. Hold on one second. What's this right here? There we go. I will see you guys next time. I'm going live on Friday, so make sure to be there. And I'll see you guys soon. So I'm going to end it on the TikTok, and then I'm going to end it on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. Until next